Bihari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari.
Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari.
Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Jana Ranjana. Yanatira Kanachari. Yanatira Kanachari. Yamunatira Kanachari. Yamunatira Kanachari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Asutora Satashi Shrimad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupada Paramahamsa Parivrajaka Asutora Satashi Shrimad His Divine Grace Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada ki jai. Anand Kuru Vaishnavan ki jai. Namacharya Haridas Thakur ki jai. Ramsako Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Ganadhara Shiva Sari Kora Bhakta Ben ki jai. Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki jai. Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai. Madhura Dham ki jai. Navadi Dham ki jai. Jagannath Puri Dham ki jai. Ganga Mai ki jai. Yamuna Mai ki jai. Tulsi Devi ki jai. Bhakti Devi ki jai. Harinam Sankirtan Yagya ki jai. Grandharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Samaveta Bhaktavan ki jai. Nitai Gaura Premanandi. Hari 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 Bol. Oh glories to the Sambodhi Hare Krishna. Oh glories to the Sambodhi Hare Krishna. Oh glories to the Sambodhi Hare Krishna. Oh glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga. Oh glories to Srila Prabhupada. Murti Paraya Krishna Vastaya Bhutri Srimad Bhakti Vedanta Swami Namane Namaste Saraswati Devi Guruvani Pracharina Nirvishesha Shunamari Paschatarish. Hare Krishna, everybody. Please write Hare Krishna into the comment section. Don't be shy. So I know that you hear. Can I have the phone?
Yes.
Hare Krishna, ephemeral. Long time no see. Markunse, Bronwyn, Swati Samantha. I see Jai Govinda Prabhu is also logging in. Hare Krishna. Ganesha Ganapati, Manish Pangeni. Michelle Williams. Andrew. Lenny Chetty, Hare Krishna. Shekhar Das. Who else? Bikram Kaul. Please, write Hare Krishna. Don't be shy. Don't worry. No one's gonna arrest you. Danny Recker. Hare Krishna, Danny. Peter Kirchner. Gudrun is joining us also. Shama Gauri Devi Mataji. All right, we have 19 viewers, but most of them are very much afraid to write Hare Krishna. Although it is the Yuga Dharma, and the Brihad Naradiya Purana says that there is no other way to self-realize yourself than to chant the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. We're still hesitant to write a single comment but the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. Okay. Divine in every design, Hare Krishna. Thank you for joining us on TikTok. All right. So today we're discussing third canto, 13th chapter, text 36. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Srak Tundasi Sruva Ishana Sayor. Idodare Chamasa Karnarandre. Prashitram Masye Grasane Grahastute. Yacharvanam te Bhagavan Agni Hotram. Please chant, yeah.
Raktunda Sit Shruvaisha Nasayor.
Sraktunda Sit Sruvaisha Nasayor.
Idadre Chamasaha Karnarandre.
Idodare Chamasaha Karnarandre.
Prashitramasya Grasane Grahastute.
Prashitramasye Grasane Grahastute.
Yacharvanam te Bhagavan Agni Hotram.
Yacharvanam te Bhagavan Agni Hotram. Sraktunda Shit Ruvashisha Nasayor. Itodare Chamasaha Karnarandre. Prashitramasye grasane grastute. Yacharvanam te bhagavan agnihotram.
Tunda asit shuba isha nas ayo
Shraktundasi Truvaisha Nasayora.
ido tare kamasa kana gandhe
Idodare Chamasaha Karnarandre.
prashitram ashe grasane grahas tude
Prashitramasye grasane grastute.
yaksha ravanam te bhagavan agni hotram
Yacharvanam te bhagavan agnihotram. Srak, the plate for sacrifice. Tunde, on the tongue. Asit, there is. Shruvaha, another plate for sacrifice. Isha, O Lord. Nasayo, of the nostrils. Ida, the plate for eating. Udare, in the belly. Chamasaha, another plate for sacrifices. Karnarandre, in the holes of the ears. Prashitram, the plate called the Brahma plate. Asye, in the mouth. Grasane, in the throat. Graha, the plates known as Soma plates. Tu, but. Te, your. Yat, that which. Charvanam, chewing. Te, your. Bhagavan, O my Lord. Agnihotram is your eating through your sacrificial fire. Translation. O Lord, your tongue is a plate of sacrifice. Your nostril is another plate of sacrifice. In your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice. Another plate of sacrifice is the holes of your ears. In your mouth is the Brahma plate of sacrifice. Your throat is the plate of sacrifice known as Soma. And whatever you chew is known as Agnihotra. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Veda bodies say that there is nothing more than the Vedas and the performances of sacrifice mentioned in the Vedas. They have recently made a rule in their group to formally observe daily sacrifice. They simply ignite a small fire and offer something whimsically, but they do not strictly follow the sacrificial rules and regulations mentioned in the Vedas. It is understood that by regulation, there are different plates of sacrifice required, such as Srak, Shruva, Barhis, Chaturhotra, Ida, Chamasa, Prashitra, Graha, and Agnihotra. One cannot achieve the results of sacrifice unless one observes the strict regulations. In this age, there is practically no facility for performing sacrifices in strict discipline. Therefore, in this age of Kali, there is a stricture regarding such sacrifices. It is explicitly directed that one should perform Sankirtan Yagya and nothing more. The incarnation of the Supreme Lord is Yageshwara, and unless one has respect for the incarnation of the Lord, he cannot perfectly perform sacrifice. In other words, taking shelter of the Lord and rendering service unto Him is the factual performance of all sacrifices, as explained herein. Different plates of sacrifice correspond to the different parts of the body of the Lord's incarnation. In the Srimad Bhagavatam 11th canto, it is explicitly directed that one should perform Sankirtan Yagya to please the Lord's incarnation as Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. This should be rigidly followed in order to achieve the result of Yagya performance. Om Agyam Tirinandasya Jnana Jana Shalakyam Chakshunan Minitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master, His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, has opened my darkened eyes with the torchlight of knowledge. I offer my humble obeisances unto His lotus feet. Jai Srila Prabhupada. So, yesterday we have performed the Sankirtan Yajna. It might seem insignificant, might seem like just some chanting and dancing and playing musical instrument. But this is very, very sacred activity, very essential activity, because this Sankirtan Yajna is the only process of sacrifice that is effective in the age of Kali. We call it the Yuga Dharma. Yuga is the time period that we're going through. The material time is divided into different yugas. So currently we're in the most rubbish yuga, Kali Yuga. So the process is very easy. Just chant Hare Krishna. Because the times are so dark, there's so much impiety, there is so much laziness in questions of self-realization. Krishna made the process very easy. But unfortunately, because it is so easy, people underestimate the value of it. They think, oh, what is this? Simply chanting. They want to see, as we were reading in the morning, they want to see costly yagyas. This chanting doesn't take any money. Hare Krishna Ram Lakshman Prabhu. Doesn't take any money. Even if you do not have the instruments, Mridanga, Kartal, Krishna gave you natural instruments, your hands, you can clap. It is so inexpensive. People see everything through the lenses of money. Oh, how much does it cost? Oh, it costs nothing. Oh, it has no value. But it is the most valuable. There was some brahmana or some person, and he had a dream with Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva told him, go to Sanatana Goswami, he will give you the most valuable thing. So this person, he went to visit Sanatana Goswami, and Sanatana Goswami, he was there, and he asked Sanatana Goswami for the most valuable thing. I don't remember the story so well, but the essence was that Sanatana Goswami had a touchstone. So this touchstone, if you touch any object, it turns into gold. And Sanatana Goswami, he said, you take it. So the person, he asked, where is it? It's in the garbage. Significant. It's in the garbage. So that person, he went to the garbage and he pulled out that touchstone and he took it, and then he was very satisfied that he had the most valuable thing. But because he was a little intelligent, on his way home, he thought, wait a minute. If it was the most valuable thing, why was Sanatana Goswami keeping it in the garbage? So he returned. And he said, you did not give me the most valuable thing. You have cheated me. Otherwise, why would you keep the most valuable thing in the garbage? That's not what people do. If you have most valuable thing, you keep it in a safe, in a bank. So Sanatana Goswami said, yes, I have cheated you. I'm a big cheater. So you want the most valuable thing? Yes, sir. Okay. Now, first of all, you take the touchstone, you throw it in the river so you can never find it. Yes, sir, I will do it. So he went, he threw the touchstone. The touchstone, he could have so much money by turning things into gold. He will be he will be richer, he will be more rich than Jeff Bezos. So, but he did that because he wanted the most valuable thing. See, this eagerness to have the most valuable thing, that is sometimes good. This greed. Dhruva Maharaj also. He wanted the bigger kingdom than Lord Brahma has. That's all he wanted. And because he wanted it so much, somehow or other he became a devotee of Krishna. Because only Krishna can bestow such a benediction. So, the touchstone was in the sea, in a river, no more. He could take advantage. Then he returned to Sanatana Goswami with great anticipation. What is the most valuable thing? So he came, sir, I have thrown away the touchstone. Now I am ready to receive the most valuable thing. Can you give it to me? Sanatana Goswami said, yes, I will give it to you. Chant Hare Krishna. This holy name I'll give you. That's the most valuable thing. So, just like Krishna, sometimes people misunderstand. How can this be God? They are expecting some big Terminator, transformer, God, very opulent, very strong. And Krishna is this insignificant little coward boy, beautiful coward boy, but from the mundane point of view is insignificant. Sometimes when we say to people that God is a little coward boy, they laugh. But what are you saying? Are you crazy? And he's taking care of cows. He lives in a village, and all he does is playing a flute and taking care of cows. People expect, that he's going to have at least 10 iPhones. God must have 10 iPhones and virtual reality and Lamborghini. He's driving Lamborghini in Goloka Vrindavan. These are our ideas, our stupid ideas. We think that this will make me happy. So Krishna, what is... For Krishna, the most valuable thing is love. A love of his devotees. He doesn't care for these Lamborghinis and iPhones. So that is why those who are materialistic, they cannot understand. Because those who are materialistic, they have no love. There is no love for them. As soon as you become attached to matter, then your love, whatever you have, is finished. That is the covering that is impeding our love for Krishna. The more you become attached to matter, the more you forget your original spiritual nature, your spiritual relationship with Krishna. This is the reason why it's so difficult for people to accept Krishna consciousness, because they have no love. They have love for matter, but that is not love. That is simply illusion. Just like a man, he loves the body of a woman. But that is illusion. Because first of all, the body is always changing. Huh? Suppose the husband, he tells the wife, I love you very much, in the morning. So in the evening, it's a different body. Because the wife has changed the body. Throughout the day, the body is changing. So that body is gone. So your love is also gone. And even if you somehow love the body, that is not the wife. The wife is the soul. So this is the illusion. And unfortunately, it is so deep that even if one performs or studies Vedic ritualistic ceremonies, he becomes a scholar of the Vedas, he cannot give up this materialistic idea. So instead of serving and realizing his relationship with Yageshwara, the master of all sacrifices, he becomes attached to the rituals. Srila Prabhupada mentions here that is Vedavadis. There's a section of people in India. They're called, Arya Samaj or something like that. So they say that, you cannot worship the deity. You can only perform sacrifices. Even worshipping the deity is illusion. And they made this rule that every day you should make some sacrifice. You should burn fire and sacrifice according to some whimsical rules. You should make some sacrifice. So in this way, they divert from this Sankirtan Yagya, this Yoga Dharma. They divert. Don't be diverted. Krishna says to Arjuna, he says, don't be attracted to the flowery language of the Vedas that recommend fruitive activities for the purpose of elevation to the heavenly planets where you can enjoy heavenly delights. Krishna is warning him. If your purpose Arya Samaj, thank you Rudra Prakash Prabhu. Arya Samaj, they're called Arya Samaj. They're very, very prominent. Of course, not in the West. In the West, nobody, even a dog doesn't pass urine on their face. But in India, they have some influence because people are attached to the Vedas. So this is the problem. Krishna says, don't be attached to these. One who understands the purpose of the Vedas, he is the real knower. Vedascha saram am eva vedyam Vedanta krit, Vedanta vit, evam chaham. Krishna says, I am the purpose of the Vedas. To understand Krishna means to understand all the Vedas. All the sacrifices, all the sections of the Vedas are automatically included if you become a devotee of Krishna. And this is what this chanting does to people. When they chant Hare Krishna, they become pure lovers of God, pure devotees of God. It's natural because we're chanting Krishna's name. This is Krishna's name. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. It is so nice, so nectarian, chanting of this holy name. Hare refers to the energy of God, and Krishna refers to God. So by chanting Hare Krishna, we're praising the energy of God and God Himself. We're asking to be engaged in their service. This is the only way how to know God. By service. Bhaktya mam abhijanati. You cannot understand with your contaminated senses those senses that have been engaged in sense gratification for millions of lifetimes, you cannot understand now all of a sudden God. You must purify the senses. Ata Shri Krishna namari namavadgrayam indriyam. The senses, indriyam, they must be purified. Then with the purified senses, you'll be able to assimilate this process of Krishna consciousness. So that is why we immediately, before explaining any philosophy, we immediately encourage people to chant Hare Krishna. To chant Hare. As soon as someone comes here, we say, please join us. We're going to chant now Hare Krishna, join us. Because by that chanting, the indriyas, the senses, they become purified. But everybody has that experience. If you don't chant your 60 rounds, everything will be a mystery. The material desires will come and they will cover your consciousness. Material desires will come. Oh, why are you wasting your time? Why are you offering to Krishna? Offer to yourself. You're making such nice foods, nice khichdi or whatever. And so you offer to yourself. Why are you offering to this nonsense Krishna? Now all these Maya thoughts will come. So we must constantly keep in the fire, keep in contact with Krishna, link up with Krishna by this chanting. We're connected to Krishna through transcendental sound. This is the parampara. We're connected to Krishna. Don't think that Krishna is far away. You're connected to Krishna through sound vibration. Golokera premadhana harinama sankirtana. This holy name, Harinama, have been imported from Goloka Vrindavan. From the spiritual world, the Maha Mantra descends through the chain of disciplic succession. From one spiritual master to another, this Maha Mantra has been descending since time immemorial. We have heard it from Srila Prabhupada. Just like this morning I heard someone was playing the kirtan. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. The modern technology serves us very nicely. Supreme Empress, we're going to have questions and answers at the end. If you could kindly wait a little bit, I'm going to answer your question at the end, okay? So the modern technology also contributes to this parampara. Because although we have not met Srila Prabhupada physically, we're hearing his vibration through the modern technology. Prabhupada actually, he initiated his disciples through a tape recorder. In the beginning, he would initiate himself, but when the movement started growing, there were all of a sudden thousands and thousands of disciples. So Prabhupada could not do, or he could have done, but it would be a waste of time. So Srila Prabhupada used the modern technology and he distributed the Gayatri Mantra through tape recorder. He would record a tape and then he would send the tape and the devotees would hear through the tape. See, the Acharya is practical. Practical. When Krishna came to kill Kamsa in Kamsa's palace, there was a cloth merchant and he was just coming back from the laundry. He was carrying Kamsa's clothes. So Krishna said, give me those clothes. And the cloth merchant, he could not appreciate Krishna's divine personality, so he started raising objections. What, you little coward boy? These are Kamsa's clothes. What nonsense you're saying? How dare you? So Krishna chopped off his head on the spot. Nonsense. And then he took his clothes with Balaram. They dressed nicely, Versace. Krishna is very fashionable. He likes to dress nicely. You see on all pictures how nicely Krishna is dressed. He puts nice garland. He puts nice dhoti, right? Nice crown, nice peacock feather. He wants to be very fashionable, Krishna. This is amazing. He's not wearing some ripped jeans, grunge. He looks very attractive. So, Krishna is very practical. He wanted to dress nicely. This nonsense was a follower of Kamsa. He killed him, chopped off his head. He took his clothes. Very nice. He was not concerned, oh, these are demons' clothes, they might be contaminated. No. Similarly, the Acharya, he can very nicely dovetail. He's not thinking, oh, technology, this is materialistic. Technology, very nice. I will initiate my Gayatri mantra through this tape recording system. Nirbande Krishna Sambande Yuktai Varagya Uchate. This is the formula Rupa Goswami gave us. Dovetail everything in Krishna's service. Woman is considered to be the personification of Maya. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, if one wants to practice yoga, he must go to a solitary place. Why? Because in a solitary place in some jungle, there is no woman. But in our Krishna consciousness movement, we have so many women, and we are very nicely engaging them in Krishna's service. So if a woman comes, we don't refuse. Oh, you personification of Maya. No, put on nice sari, put on nice tilak, here's a bead bag, and there are some devotees who want to get married all the time. So we'll give you a nice husband. Why should we reject? Srila Prabhupada, out of his great mercy, he allowed girls to stay and live in a temple. This is not the case in India. Even now, it is very difficult. The culture is different. But in the Western countries, the girls and boys, they mix anyway. So why not live, why not mix for the purpose of Krishna consciousness? You see, so he's not stereotypical. Lord Chaitanya is also not stereotypical, rigid. He understands the purpose of the Vedas. And that is why he introduced this Hare Krishna chanting. And he would also initiate people who are not at all following the Varnashram system, just like Haridas Thakur. He was from the Muslim community. This is very significant. Those who hate the Muslims, they should take note. Lord Chaitanya did not hate the Muslims. He allowed the Muslims to join this nice Krishna consciousness movement. What to speak of allowed? He made Haridas Thakur the Namacharya, the Acharya, the teacher of this Hare Krishna chanting. Haridas Thakur was such an elevated devotee that he would chant, how many rounds? 136, 26, you don't know? 64 and 64, and then again, I don't know. Because the day has 24 hours, right? So it takes you 8 hours to chant 64 rounds. So times 4. 64 times 4. 256. So he was chanting 256 rounds. Those who cannot chant 16 rounds, here's an inspiration for you. If you say that you have no time, well, tell that to Haridas Thakur. He would not take prasadam, he said like that. Even on the verge of departing, when Srila Haridas Thakur was departing from this world, Lord Chaitanya came and he requested, Lord Chaitanya requested him, please, you can reduce now. the number of your rounds. You're just about to depart. Haridas Thakur says, no, I must chant. So determined. So nice, such a nice devotee. When Haridas Thakur left this world, Lord Chaitanya put him on his head, his body. He was dancing with his body in ecstasy. Yes, this is described in the Chaitanya Charitamrita so nicely. He was so ecstatic. Great devotee. He loved his devotee so much. These caste brahmanas, they would not allow him to go to Jagannath Puri temple. This is the greatest tragedy, that even now, up to this day, these stereotypical priests, they do not allow Westerners to have the darshan of Lord Jagannath. Srila Prabhupada, he cracked a joke. He says, he's not Odishanath. He's not a Purinath. He's Jagannath. Jagannath means universe. He's the Lord of the universe, not Lord of the Odisha. If you can just put the socks outside, because this is offensive to the deity. You can put them on just outside of the temple. Yeah. So why Lord Jagannath should not be allowed to have the audience of his devotees? Doesn't make any sense. So this great injustice has been going on since the time of Lord Chaitanya. And the reaction of Srila Haridas Thakur was exemplary. Instead of getting angry, oh, I am Namacharya, why you don't allow me? Oh, this is a great conspiracy against me. Oh, I must now reform the Jagannath Puri temple. I must write a final order and distribute. Now, he would go and take shelter of a little cottage, little house, little kutir, and he would chant there. And out of his love for his devotee, Lord Jagannath himself came in the form of Lord Chaitanya to bring him the Jagannath Prasadam from the temple. There's always distribution, 56 times they cook for Lord Jagannath. So Lord Chaitanya would bring him that prasad. Lord Chaitanya is Lord Jagannath himself. So Lord Jagannath came himself. Please take prasadam, my dear devotee. You see? So how much these Vedabadis and all these castes, Brahmanas, how much blind they are. They're blinded by materialism. When Krishna comes and he performs his wonderful pastimes with his devotees, they're not there. They're in their concocted land of rituals and ceremonies without understanding the purpose. So here the shloka also very interesting. The sages, they glorify Lord Varaha in this way. Your tongue is a plate of sacrifice, your nostrils another plate of sacrifice, in your belly is the eating plate of sacrifice. Just to highlight this point, that the purpose of sacrifice of yajna is to please the Lord. So if we please the Lord, if we serve the Lord, if we understand the Lord, if we know the Lord, then all our sacrifices, all our Vedic studies are complete. This is the completeness, this devotion, this ecstasy you feel when you chant. This is the highest perfection of Vedic study. Even you might not understand the Vedas, even you might not speak Sanskrit. Rest assured, you're rightly situated in the Sankirtan movement. So, don't be diverted. It is very simple. Just chant Hare Krishna. Induce others to also chant if possible. Take nice Krishna prasadam and associate with our dear Srila Prabhupada through the sound vibration. Your life will be perfect. Hare Krishna. Any questions? TikTok, Facebook, YouTube is on? Haribol?
Yes, Prabhu.
Is YouTube on?
Yes, should be on, yes.
Okay. Can you check if there's any question? Or... So there was a question.
No questions on YouTube?
Supreme Empress is asking, is Goloka a place somewhere outside of us, inside of us, or a transcendental state of being? In one sense, all of these. All of these. But it's actual place. Outside of this material universe, there is the spiritual sky. And Goloka Vrindavan is the topmost planet of this spiritual sky. That is our eternal abode. That's where we belong. But one cannot reach this Goloka Vrindavan unless he develops the Goloka Vrindavan consciousness, Krishna consciousness. So for someone who's a devotee, for him this world is also Goloka Vrindavan because he sees Krishna everywhere. But it is an actual place. Okay, Supreme Empress. Can a Nashtik obtain moksha? Yes. Moksha is not the perfection. In the Srimad Bhagavatam it is stated, Yen yen ramindaksha bimuktamaninas Tvai asta bhavat avishuddha buddhaya. This bimuktamanina means one who does not surrender to the lotus feet of Krishna. He is liberated, but only in the mind. Manina is liberated in the mind. And ultimately he falls down. He goes to the Brahma Jyoti and then he falls down back to the material existence. You must take shelter. Brahma Jyoti is simply liberation from the suffering. But there is no positive pleasure. So we want that. We want Satchit Ananda. You want Ananda. So even a Naishtik can achieve this moksha. That is not a very high state. We must approach Krishna personally and develop our relationship. That is real moksha. Hare Krishna Chaitanya. How does it work? Oh, how do I?
This is how you check, see? You can check for Prabhu. If there's any questions, we'll go here. Last YouTube, Twitch, and this. So far there's no questions, but maybe on the end of this.
No, there are questions here.
On YouTube, I mean.
Ruda Prakash Prabhu says, if woman is personification of Maya, then how one can save oneself from the clutches of this Maya? You must be attracted to Krishna. That is the only way. You cannot artificially suppress. The eyes want to see beautiful form. So instead of meditating on a woman, you should meditate on Krishna. That is why deity worship is recommended. You should meditate on the form of the Lord in the form of the deity. Those who do not worship the deity or those who are against deity worship, they must be victimized by the form of a woman. And if you're married, then you should think of your wife as not your wife, but you should think of her as the gopi of Krishna, that she belongs to Krishna. You should not be in this mentality of ownership. You should simply protect this wonderful gopi and assist her in her service to Krishna. This is how you don't become attached. Peter is asking, how to explain to the right candidate that Hare Krishna is the most important in this age? Why not just pray and be a good person? Well, you can pray and be a good person, but then why are you committing so many sinful activities? You rascal number one. You can tell him like this. You must, if you want to be sinless, then you must chant this Hare Krishna. That is the only way. You cannot be sinless by some prayer and so being a so-called good person. That will not purify you. This chanting, you are directly associating with Krishna, with the reservoir of all pleasure. So this will give you higher taste, then you will be able to give up sinful activities. If you are sinful, then why don't you try this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra? Just encourage them to chant. Can a person be born evil? Yes. We are undergoing so many births. So many times you were born already. So the person, he acquires some qualities in his previous lives. And then those qualities he carries with him to the next life. So if someone is an evil person in his last life, then he carries on. Yes? Supreme Empress, why is that one may chant for 40 years and are still consumed with lust, greed, anger? In the Chaitanya Charitamrita, it is stated that if one is infested with the offenses against the chanting of the holy names of the Lord, these 10 offenses that are stated in the Padma Purana, Srila Rupa Goswami then also quotes them in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. Then he will not be able to taste the Krishna Prema, which is the goal of the chanting. So we must give up the offenses. If we simply chant and we're not careful avoiding the offenses, then we can chant forever. You see, it is not automatic that we just chant impersonally and that's it. We must give up the offenses. Okay? Megs, so abortion can be moral. Yeah, there were the demigods, they wanted to make abortion. When Prahlad Maharaj was to take birth, because Prahlad Maharaj was the son of the greatest demon in the history of the world, Hiranyakashipu. So when the demigods, they realized that his wife was pregnant, they immediately wanted to commit abortion. Then Narada Muni, he stopped them. He said, no, this is a Mahabhagavat here. You would make a great sin. It's not stereotyped. Even that great demon, he can become the greatest devotee. He was coming from a demonic womb, but he was the greatest devotee. So we should never kill a child, because the child can always become a devotee. Even if one is born evil, you send him here to our temple. He becomes the greatest devotee by this process of chanting Hare Krishna. Okay? Megs, is that okay? Any more questions? Unfortunately, I don't know how to operate this phone. I lost. Okay, now. All right, Shamdai Mataji, thank you. I think I didn't say Hare Krishna to you, so Hare Krishna. Thank you for tagging Preeti Gaur. Grantaraj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaura Premanandi, Hari Hari Haribo, Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutare Srimad Bhakti Vedanta, Shamanidra Ramani Namaste Saraswati Deva Gauravani Vracharina Nirvishesha Shurnamari Paschartadishtaride. Thank you for watching. Hare Krishna, please come again. We have a love feast tonight, so we'll be streaming. Please join us. Oops. Koni, Hare Krishna Koni. It's gone. It's turn off? You have to just put end the stream.